everyone, and welcome to the Cardinals Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of the 2014 Prep Football Season Opener. The Coon Rapids Cardinals hosting the Elk River Elks. Joey and Howie Shapiro high above the action, and Howie excited to get our 18th season of Cardinal football underway here at CTN.
Well, you know, I kind of like football. It's kind of in my blood, and I'm pretty excited for this opener. This is going to be a fun contest. Elk River kind of presents a unique style of offense that the Cardinals will kind of actually change their defense up a little bit to combat.
Lot of run, a very run-dominated offense from the Elk River Elks. This is a team Coon Rapids hasn't seen in at least 5 years. They were a member of the Northwest Suburban. They moved over to the Mississippi 8 for a couple of years, came back to the Northwest Suburban 2 years ago, but the two have not seen one another in play in that time. So first time in a long time for these two to share the same field.
Yeah, you know, and it's exciting. First game of the year, you really don't know what you have. These two teams scrimmaged last Saturday, so they kind of got a taste of what they present. They're not going to show them what they're going to do here in this game, quite obviously, but it's going to be a lot of fun. This is a good opener for Coon Rapids.
Well, Elk River is going to run the ball a lot, but they will look to their quarterback, Mr. Pink, to get that started.
Trent Paul, he's one of the higher-rated junior quarterbacks in the country. He is really good. He's very, very deceptive. You see, he likes to tuck the ball on his outside hip. And, you know, the Cardinals are going to have to make sure they change to a 4-4-3 defense, so they're going to make sure they kind of contain him. But you're right, three running backs, two running backs and a fullback behind him present a challenge.
Well, the Coon Rapids Cardinals, on the other hand, is a team that has seen some serious progression from 2 years ago to last year. 2 seasons ago, they brought up 16 sophomores, put them on the starting lineup of the varsity team. Those guys now third-year players entering their senior year. And Tykees Johnson, one of the dangerous players athletically, and also will obviously see the ball a lot.
He's going to see the ball a lot. He is a really good athlete, Tykees is. And he's coming in. He's got a little issue with his wrist. Yeah, I think he's got a chip bone in here. He's not going to start tonight. They're going to try and work him into the offense and see just how comfortable he is catching that football. But, Joe, he is a game changer on the field, and they're going to need him all season long.
Well, with where our official is standing, it looks as if the Elks will be the ones kicking the ball away. Coon Rapids will have a chance to get their offense on the field first.
Yeah, so it should be fun. You know, Austin Anna is going to lead them on the team. He's going to be the quarterback this season, and they're looking for him for some big things, big leadership, and it's going to be exciting. I talked to head coach John Young before the game, and John told me, he says, you know, we are ready, we are excited. This is going to be some jitters for a few players. There's going to be junior. Anytime you see a junior on the field, it's probably going to be his first opportunity to play varsity. So it's going to be a lot of fun here tonight, Joe.
Austin Solars will get ready to kick it away for the Elks. Elks coming off the season, just 2 wins last year. Those coming over Park Center and Armstrong. Nick Gervais back deep with Tykees. It's a short end-over-end kick. Gervais will take it at the 15. Good wall in front of him. Got to the outside, out across the 30. Coon Rapids will have good field position for their first possession of the season.
Yeah, kickoff just a little bit short. Gervais did a nice job of returning it and getting the Cardinals to start their first drive in good field position.
As you mentioned, Austin Onda in under center. Deep back will be Keanu Baker. Johnson not on the field for the opening snap. Handoff goes to the fullback, and diving out for a gain of close to 5 is Cody Kovalenko.
Elk River plays a 3-4 defense, pretty similar to Coon Rapids. So, you know, this offense is used to going against that kind of defense. But I'll tell you, boy, Coon Rapids is big across the front. They, the big uglies, as we like to call them, they've got some weight behind them, and they're gonna try and, we always talk about winning the battle at point of attack. They're gonna try and do that here tonight.
I formation in the backfield again. This time the handoff goes to Baker. Fights through initial contact out across the 40 to the 41. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
It'll also bring Tykees Johnson to the field, number 6. You can see again, good job up front, but again, sloughed off a block there, and the Elk River defender did a nice job of filling the hole and bringing him down. Put him in a 3rd and short situation.
3rd and 2, and now Tykees is the deep back behind Kovalenko. Strong side right for the Cardinals, and movement on the line is going to back him up.
Yeah, again, you know, they like to blitz a lot, and again, anticipating that snap count. They're going to jump off the over line.
Oh, they called it, say they were drawn off.
Defense, first down.
No, they weren't drawn off.
Well, the Cardinals moved.
Yeah.
I thought initially they had called them for a false start.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, no, they definitely was encroachment.
Tyler Hipp lined up as the tight end on the right side. Three receivers. Tykees in motion. Handoff goes to Kovalenko left side across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of about 5.
Joe, anytime you put Tykees in motion, it's very dangerous. The defense has to make sure they keep their eyes on him. And then the quick little give to Kovalenko gets a nice little chunk of yards, 6 yards on the play. They'll take that every time.
2 carries for 10 yards for the fullback Kovalenko. 3 receivers set once again for Coon Rapids. And again, Tykees goes in motion. Again, the give goes to Kovalenko. Big hole. First down inside the 40. And they'll mark it at the 37-yard line of Elk River.
Oh, you love to see that. You love to see the offensive line taking charge. Look up here. Does a great job. Look at the hole for Kovalenko. You see Dwyer, number 12 for Elk River, going the other way, and he had to come back and try and make that tackle. But good blocking up front.
Wasn't touched until he was almost 10 yards downfield. Another first down, another 3 receivers set. Straight handoff goes to Kovalenko, skips to his right, and dives forward close to the 30-yard line. Another solid gain on the ground.
They want to control this ground game here tonight, and they want to, again, use what they feel is the size advantage they have up front. And so far, Joe, it's worked pretty well in this opening drive.
They are marching at 2nd and 4. Again, Johnson will line up as the deep back behind Kovalenko. 2 receivers on the right for Ostenanda. Handoff goes to Kovalenko. Elks grab on quickly this time and limit him to about a 2-yard gain. It'll set up another 3rd and short.
This Elk River defense loves to be aggressive, and again, the Cardinals are going to try and offset that here tonight.
3rd and a long, 1 short 2. Strong side right. Handoff goes to Tykees, cuts back to the left, and he's denied. He's going to lose a yard.
Again, that's just a nice play by the defense, is just crowding that lane and not letting Tykees get the opening. So now it puts it back a yard. Now it's 4th and 2.
Right.
So again, that just sloughed off that block by the defense.
Fourth and a long 2 now.
See the first pass of the game, quite possibly.
Cardinals trying to keep this drive going. Play action. Onda rolls out, has a target, throws, pass complete to Kovalenko. First down, breaks the tackle and twists his way down inside the 10-yard line. A gain of 19.
I love the way he runs. He runs so hard. He's going to dish out the punishment. He's not going to accept it. Again, a good play. Nice little fake to the give in the middle to Tykees. Onda's going to roll to his right. This soft little pass to Kovalenko, but watch what he does. Again, he's going to lower the head. And dish out that punishment.
Lowers the shoulder, and Nolan Dwyer's wondering which way's the sideline. Anybody get a number on that truck? And he's going to get a break. Cardinals will bring in Brad Ryle, and we have a timeout, Coon Rapids. 1st and goal from the 10 coming up on the opening drive. It's been a good one.
It has.
Started with a good return by Nick Gervais, starting them at their 33-yard line. Since then, it's been a bunch of running and 1 solid pass connection on the swing by Onda to Kovalenko, and Kovalenko picking up yards after the catch.
Well, again, you want your offensive lineman to control that line of scrimmage and really just let Onda manage this game, and he's done a nice job. Again, just giving the ball, let their running game get yardage, and then that, as you said, just a soft little pass, Kovalenko for a big gainer of 19.
And Kovalenko was all alone out there in the flat, too.
He was.
Gave him plenty of time to make the catch, turn his shoulders upfield. And again, knock off the first tackler and get his way down to the 10-yard line, a gain of 19. 50 all-purpose yards for the fullback. Handoff goes to Tykees Johnson. He fumbles. And Elk River has it.
And you wonder how much of that wrist is bothering him, and that's a tough turnover. Coach Young told me, he said, turnovers, the biggest key here tonight is going to be turning the ball over. And let's take another look at it. And again, he didn't get a good grip on the ball, and playing with that cast on his wrist or some sort of brace on his wrist, just couldn't control the football, dropped it, and a nice job by Elk River to cover it up, and a big turnover.
Well, and I understand the desire to try and get a big playmaker and Tykees Johnson involved in your offense early, but on this drive, I think you stay with what works and dance with who brought you. Because Kovalenko was crushing this defense. But now a very tight wing T formation for Elk River. They got a number of different guys who can carry the ball, and popping out of the group through the middle for a big gain is Zach Ernst. He's out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 25.
Ernst, the fullback, again, as you talked about, it's that tight formation, and it's this unique offense that Elk River plays, and hence forcing Coon Rapids to go to a 4-4-3. But that time, a missed tackle there, allowing Ernst to get a little bit in the open.
Well, and Coon Rapids has to spread its defenses out to make sure they cover all options out of the backfield for Elk River. That includes the quarterback, Trent Pink, who was swinging around the left end.
And they had a player on him. But
again, the handoff goes to Ernst. He breaks it, and he's gone. 2 plays, 89 yards, a touchdown, and Elk River leads. Just 2 plays ago, Coon Rapids was knocking on the doorstep after a good, long, sustained drive. A turnover and 2 big plays, and Elk River has the lead with 6:52 to play in the first.
Yeah, and again, that's like shell shock for Coon Rapids. They were doing so well on that first drive, and then to turn the ball over 2 plays later. Again, watch Ernst here. He gets the right up the gut. Nobody's there to make the tackle. Give credit to the offensive line of Elk River. They opened up that hole in the middle for him, and Ernst took advantage of it and took it to the house. Talk about a turn of events, Joe.
Solar's extra point is up. It is good, and Elk River leads 7-0.
Now, just a 2-play drive, as you mentioned, and it was all Zach Ernst. 2 carries, 89 yards. That's pretty good on the average.
That'll work.
Almost 45 yards a carry. Again, look at the hole that they opened up, and then again, there's no red jerseys around there to do type of recovery. And Zach Ernst has got nothing but green grass in front of him. He crosses the stripe for the first score of the season. Coach Young also told me, he says, this is probably the best faking team that he's ever seen, in terms of how they present themselves behind the line of scrimmage, how they fake the ball, fake the handoff. And you can see it did fool Coon Rapids on that play.
Well, now the Coon Rapids offense will go back out there, and they've going to have to kind of play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
That's head coach Steve Hamilton. He's coached 17 years, coached in Michigan, coached in Georgia. He thinks this is the best group of kids he's had in any location, especially the sophomores on this team. He's got a lot of young kids that are going to contribute and will continue to contribute as this program grows. Very happy with the way his young players have been leaders on this team.
Low kick is going to skip and bounce, and a number of red jerseys are just going to surround it and put it on the ground. And it's about 5 yards better than kicking it deep and giving up a big return.
Yeah. Now the Cardinals, again, it was touched by Cardinals, so they had to make sure that they covered that ball.
Still decent field position.
Right.
They'll start from their own 27. Obviously, very early in this football game and season. 6:49 to play here in the first quarter. Going to give them a little bit different look. 4 receivers in the game. Out of the shotgun. Kovalenko in the backfield with him. Honda has time, throws over the middle, completes it. Tykees first down, out just shy of midfield.
Now, and that's what he brings. You can see that right wrist protected, but that's what he brings. He's so dangerous with run after the catch. Tykees does a nice job of going over that middle.
And that's how you get your playmaker involved. Let him get out into the open and get him the football. 21-yard gain and a first down at the 48.
We had a little bit of a drizzle earlier. I don't know if that's going to affect the condition of this field at this point.
Honda out of the shotgun again. Two receivers either side. Hands it off to Kovalenko. And he'll push his way across midfield, a gain of about 4.
You know, I like how hard he runs. He runs straight to the line. He doesn't hesitate one bit. And again, we talked about it. He drops that shoulder when he can and dish out a little punishment of his own.
Hurry up offense. Honda right back out of the shotgun. High snap, hands off to Kovalenko again. Tripped up a little bit, but keeps his feet and his momentum moving forward. Down to the 45. They'll set up another 3rd and short.
Here's the give. And again, look at the hole.
Third and 3. They go back to the I formation. Hand off to Kovalenko up the middle, and he's not going to have it. He's going to come up about a yard shy, and it's decision time.
And again, good job by the Elk River defense to close that middle. You tried to get that surge between your center and your 2 guards, and Elk River did a good job of stepping up and closing that little bit of a gap.
Bring up 4th and about a yard.
They're going to go for it.
Well, I think you have to after pinning him deep and then giving up those 2 explosive plays by Ernst.
Well, certainly not the way you wanted to see your defense start this game, giving those 2 plays up. But
Honda will keep it, and he's easily got the first down across the 40 to the 39, a gain of 4.
Number 2, Austin Honda for the Cardinals. Down by number 86, Hesley for Elk River. 4-yard gain on the play, and another Cardinal.
So again, no hesitation. He's just gonna push forward, go behind that big offensive line, pick up that first down.
Cardinals will spread him out again, but on to under center. Lone setback is Keanu Baker. Tykees Johnson, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Baker. And he's going to pick up 2, maybe 3, before being pulled back.
Again, they're testing that inside of the defense of Elk River. They're trying to open up those holes in the middle. We've seen a couple of nice gains by Kovalenko that time. Hole close quickly.
Johnson in motion again. Play action. Honda able to escape some danger. Has time. Throws. Pass complete to Tyler Hip. A first down at the 22-yard or 23-yard line.
Hip did a nice job of getting in that soft part of the defense, and give credit to Honda. Looked like a player was going to get to him. Did a nice job of getting away from him. And then a nice throw. You see Hip calling for the ball.
Get into that open space against the zone defense. Run with your quarterback and show him your number. Ball at the Elk River 24, 1st and 10. 3 receivers right. Honda will drop back into the shotgun. They'll shift over so that pump action. Now throwing, looking for Tykees deep, trying to adjust and can't quite get there.
A good thought. Tykees had one-on-one coverage and looked like he had a little bit of a step in front, but that pass couldn't find him. You're going to see him stop here, and then he's got to go back, try and look back for it.
Little mix up between quarterback and receiver. Honda, another one of those guys that came up as a sophomore and got some playing time. Was the starting quarterback all of last season. Felt very confident coming in as one of the captains that they would have success as seniors. Onda steps up into the pocket, throwing it over the top, and that one's picked off in the end zone by Malik Shepard, by Alec Hills. Pass intended for Jordan Little.
And again, he steps up into the pocket, but that pass is going to be lofted over Little's head, and give him credit. Nice interception. Now 2 turnovers in the red zone cannot please this coaching staff. And that one, he had pretty good coverage on the play. You may want to throw that one away.
Or throw it underneath.
Or throw it underneath. Just don't throw it over the where the defender can pick it off.
Well, we'll see if the Elk River offense is able to explode again the way they did first time out. And Ernst is forced backwards and will be held to no gain.
Well,
I was having a tough time figuring out which shell
the
P was under.
I agree, totally agree.
But he did not fool the Coon Rapids defense this time, as Ernst was stopped at the line and then driven backwards 5 yards.
A little trickeration. I know it. They came over to the sidelines, had a meeting defensively, and said, we can't be that soft in the middle.
Ernst goes to the sideline, replaced in the middle by Peter Jones. Handoff goes to Miller. No, Pink kept it.
Oh, yeah.
And he stopped behind the line. Again, not fooling the Cardinals, fooling the announcer.
That's not hard. That was James Kezar on the play. Again, watch number 58 come around, and he's going to bring Pink to the ground.
So Elk River with a 3rd and long situation from their own 17-yard line.
And a big spot for the defense here. A couple of nice plays back-to-back. That sack of behind the line of Pink. And now, as you mentioned, a 3rd and long situation. Elk River didn't throw for a lot of yards. I watched a little tape of Pink today. He can throw the ball.
Pink keeping it and throwing it wide open is Devil Miller on the right side. He's got a first down. Great block. Trying to get some extra yardage. Throws off another tackler. And has a first down at the Coon Rapids 31-yard line.
Nicely designed play. Again, no defender over there for Miller to be concerned about. And give credit to Elk River. They drew up a good play on 3rd and long, and it converted it. That's the play before where the sack by Kezar.
Covered more than 50 yards. That's 2 plays of over 50 yards already in this first quarter for the Elk River offense. As we click under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Pink under center. Hands it off right side for Collins. He'll get a couple, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we talk about it every year. The coaches talk about it every year. You can't give up the big play. And as you mentioned, 2 big plays here tonight that have put Elk River in a pretty good position.
Well, and 2 turnovers. Big plays on both sides of the ball for Elk River. And the ball not bouncing Coon Rapids' way in their home opener. Breaking away is Jones. And he's got a touchdown. Elk River chalks up another one. And another big play, a 28-yard run by their fullback. I think people gave up. They didn't think he had the ball.
Well, we talked about it. The way they run the offense, it could be one of 4 players who has the ball. And again, a little bit of an issue here for Coon Rapids on the defensive end. Well, Coach said this presents a unique situation for us, and it really has.
Solar's out to try the extra point. Kick is up and good. It's a 14-0 lead for the Elk River Elks.
Now, not the way Coon Rapids wanted to start their home opener. They're moving the ball. Turnovers. Turnovers have killed them so far here this evening, and that was the number one thing that Coach Young addressed, is that we can't turn the ball over. And they have, and both turnovers have led to scores.
5 plays to go 80 yards, 2 plays to go 89 yards.
That's efficient.
On their first drive. That's 7 plays to go 169 yards. On 7 plays. That's 20 yards a play.
That's pretty good. If you can average that all season long, you're going to have a pretty good squad.
You talk about it defensively, Coon Rapids has to be scratching their heads and finding something.
Yeah.
Something positive to move them forward, because we still got a lot of football to play.
There you see the scoring drive. 5 plays, 80 yards, took 2:42 off the clock. 28-yard Jones touchdown scamper.
It's 27 yards per play in the first quarter for the Elk River offense.
Boy,
actually.
that Minneapolis math has served you well.
Another short kick. This one's out of bounds, and Coon Rapids will take it at the 35. I think the squib of the first 3 kickoffs, the squib was the best. The only one that has kept Coon Rapids from starting inside their 30.
Yep. And again, good field position for Coon Rapids. They have to be able to convert. You know, there has been no question offensively. They've been performing well. They have to avoid the mistakes, and they have to convert. They have to finish their drive.
Most likely the last play of the first quarter. They will go back to shotgun formation. Tykees Johnson lined up in the slot on the left. And the throw will go to him on a little bubble screen. And the Elks were all over that. It's going to be no gain. And be 2nd and 10 when the Coon Rapids Cardinals start the second quarter. 2 turnovers and 2 monster drives for the Elk River Elks, has the visiting team in front 14-0 as we reach the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break and have more live high school football action next on CTN. Cardinal fans not letting the scoreboard dictate their emotions. They're still excited and ready to cheer their team on. Their team held the ball 9 of the 12 minutes of the first quarter, but
came away empty and
are trailing 14-0. Throw is complete right side.
Number 2 walking on this pass is complete to number 11,
Jordan Little going to be stopped quickly after a gain of about 7.
Justin Streifel on the tackle, and again, that's a nice tackle because you just want to get him around and make sure he doesn't get away from you. Pick up additional yards, sure tackle from Streifel.
We'll make it 3rd and 3 from the 42-yard line. Honda out of the shotgun again, 4 receivers. Tykees Johnson moves from left to right. Honda looking for Little again, pass too high, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down.
Again, good thought. He had Little open, but just sailed a little bit over his head.
Number 11, Jordan Little. 4th down.
I said good protection, just the quick throw from Honda, but just too much. I mean, Little had position in front of Streifel. First punt of the game.
Brandon Martin will handle the responsibility, standing just inside his own 30. The Elks not dropping anybody back deep, staying alert for a possible fake. This one nearly blocked, but a pretty good punt And it will take a Coon Rapids bounce and roll to a stop at about the 17-yard line.
I'm not sure Coon Rapids had enough players on the field on that punt. I counted 9. This is 9-man football. Somebody tell me, did we change all of a sudden midstream?
Down at the 16-yard line. With
Nonetheless,
over 1st and 10.
another drive for Elk River. Almost blocked there, but he was able to manage to get the punt away.
So again, a long field in front of the Elks. Coon Rapids last time the defense was on the field held them with 3 good plays. It was 3rd and 13, but then they give up a 54-yard pass completion. Fumble on the snap. Collins able to fall back on top of it, but the Elks will go backwards.
We're going to see it here. Defense trying to get a push there. Now you can see the ball fumbled immediately from snap.
Ball
Just
back
a
just inside the
hike.
15.
And they're fortunate that didn't come out a little further because somebody kicked that ball back. Collins able to fall on it.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out who has the ball before I say anything. It ran left side.
Well, somebody in white. So there's a start.
Kyle Zimmer on the run. First time he's been out there with the ball in his hands. Picks up 5.
Hey, Cardinal fans, make some noise. It's third down.
Third and long situation for this defense. They need to come away with a stop.
And they are not going to get it. It's another first down. Out across the 30 and close to the 35 is Pink.
Down number 34, Tony Kovalenko for the Cardinals. The result in first and 10 for the Elks. 34-yard line.
15-yard gain on 3rd and 8. This run attempt stopped up in the middle. Ernst held to no gain. 2nd and 10.
Well, a little disconcerting to the defense. Again, you know, 3rd and long in a situation where you give up the first down, and that I think it's twice now in this game, and that's got to concern the defensive staff as well.
Ernst, or no, this
You take a guess.
Zimmer gets out to the 40 where he's going to be stopped, still 4 yards shy of the first down.
Again, they're so bunched up in there, and they do such a nice job of hiding who they give that ball to, disguising where they put it.
Be 3rd and about 4 from their own 40-yard line. About 3.5 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Elk River already leading 14-0. Handoff goes to Zimmer. Got a good wedge in front of him. He's got another first down out across the 45 to the 46.
Elk River controlling the pace of this game, doing a good job here, opening some holes. There you're going to see you got a guard pulling. That's number 60, Connor Bryan, doing a nice job of pulling and opening up a little bit of a hole. There you see his numbers for the night.
Oh, false start is going to be called against Peter Jones, fullback on the left side of the formation. They're calling encroachment? The fullback moved. How is that?
Oh, that That's interesting.
Wow.
Let's see if we can take another look at that. Well, we won't see it, but let's see if we see. Oh, there,
Please.
yeah, there. Well, who came over first was Weber. Came over the line before Jones moved. That's what they're calling.
So it's 2nd and 5. Ball now on the Coon Rapids 48. Pink still has it running right. And he's got a lot of green inside the 30, the 20, one man to beat. Nice stutter step, and he's got a touchdown. A 48-yard score for Trent Pink, and Elk River is up by 3 touchdowns.
Well, you could see the way he tucks that ball against his hip. Yeah, he's disguising it from everybody, and the defense didn't realize he had the football before it was too late.
Another huge play given up by the Coon Rapids defense.
It's disheartening for this Coon Rapids sideline because they started out this game so well, only to turn the ball over in the red zone, then give up that big run on Elk River's first possession. Then, again, doing a nice job of moving the ball down the field, and they threw the interception that led to another score. 2
plays already in the books of over 50 yards for the Elks on offense. This one, 48.
Yeah, we still have 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
It's still only a 7-play drive to go 83 yards.
Coach Hamilton told me that he's getting a lot of calls from college recruits on this young man right here running the football. Does a nice job of tucking it away, and then he's going to put a little stutter step, as you mentioned, steps out of a tackle or attempted tackle. He crosses the stripe. Pretty impressive.
And the hole has grown deeper for this Cardinal football squad. And just a nice job of sealing that corner by his blockers, too. I mean, once he got around the corner, by the time anyone in red figured out the quarterback had the ball still, there was no way they were getting out along that sidelines until the safety, Nick Gervais, had an opportunity, but good shifty steps from Trent Pink and a 48-yard touchdown.
Well, as you mentioned, talking about sealing off that end, Jordan Lepper was realized that Pink had the ball, but he couldn't do anything about it because he was sealed off in an attempt to go make the tackle.
Solers will go back to the squib kick, and this will be fallen upon by Andrew Wilson at about the 32 or 33-yard line.
Cardinals need a score. They need a little offensive momentum to cut into this lead.
Still a lot of time, 7:38 remaining in this first half. Elks threatening to blow the Cardinals out in the season opener. Cardinals offense has proven they can move the football. They just have not been able to finish. This pass is complete, and a first down to Tanner Tunsky out across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
I like the poise of Onda in the pocket. I like the job the offensive line did to keep him clean, give him an opportunity to throw the football. Again, you're going to see a nice job. There's a nice block picked up right there, and Onda had the time to deliver the football.
Onda out of the shotgun again. Drops it off to Tykes, running left, trying to get around the corner. It's one man miss, makes another miss, and bumped out of bounds just on the Elk River side of the 50.
She did a nice job just cutting up, picking up some positive yards before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, his first 2 run attempts, he was stopped for a loss and then fumbled the football.
He still doesn't look comfortable taking the football. You know, he's dealing with that wrist injury.
Onda drops back, has time, throws over the middle, looking for Little, a little too far in front of him.
Oh, and he had him too. He went right between 2 defenders, and he had some open space, but just couldn't find him. I like the thought. I like the play. Again, just led him a little bit too far.
Yeah, and he had no one left in front of him either. So another big third down, 3rd and 5. just on the Elks side of the 50-yard line. Already trailing 21. If you do not move the chains here, do you keep the offense on the field?
We'll see what happens. But a nice start to the night for Onda. 6 of 10 for 71 yards.
Onda on the blitz, throws to Tykees, bobbled it a little bit, recovers, has the first down to the 42-yard line.
There's a flag. I think they're gonna call an Elk River player for hitting Onda. Yeah, exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, where the flag lies on the field, I would think. So that'll march him 15 more yards.
We'll see it here. Watch him come hit him late. Yeah, that's definitely, you can't do that. And
Miller, he had the big reception, 54-yard reception on the second scoring drive.
I'm sure he'll get an earful from the coaching staff when he comes over to the sideline on that hit. He's got to be able to hold up on that.
So instead of the 42, Coon Rapids offense down to the Elk River 27-yard line. Onda with time again, pumps now, throws, has Tykees, and he dropped it. That was end zone bound, but Johnson couldn't reel it in.
It's got to be his wrist has to be bothering him, and that's a play that we've seen him make in practice, a catch he's made. Again, it's right there. I think when he came to put both hands on the ball, and we'll get a better view from it here, but that's a ball you got to catch. I mean, it's right there.
So 2nd and 10, Onda back out of the shotgun. Johnson moving from left to right. Onda throws left, pass complete to Jordan Little, sliding down at the 16-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
A nice shot. Again, a nice pass. I like the way Onda delivers this ball. Just the only guy can catch it is Little. So now it's converting, Joe. I mean, they've had the ball down here three times.
Finish
inside in the red zone 3 times.
No,
tonight.
Twice.
The fumble, the interception. Was the interception in the red?
Yeah. Well, technically they were at the 24, but it was in the end zone. Onda rolls right, throws, had a man open, but misfires looking for Tyler Hipp. Yeah, but this is only their 4th drive. They punted from their side of midfield. Not to prove you wrong at all, but you're wrong.
You live for that.
So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Good news, again, they're moving the football.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another good thing, their receivers are getting open.
Yep.
And remember, this is game 1.
Long way to go.
But now a much bigger pressure situation here, being down by so much. Handoff to the up back. Kovalenko goes nowhere, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Four on 3rd down for Coon Rapids so far in this game.
Onda looking to his left, now stepping up, throws, look into the end zone, wants Tykees in double coverage. Ball is turned over, 2nd interception.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he was out of bounds.
Brandon Cooper able to get a foot down and pick it off in the end zone.
Wow. Another turnover in the red zone. Let's take another look at this as he's going for that back corner of the end zone. I don't know. Was he controlling
I think so.
Did he control the ball?
I think so.
Before his other foot went out of bounds? Let's take a look.
Yeah, he's got clear control of it, and one foot still in bounds. That's a good call. Elk River, a big surprise, running the football on first down. Collins spun down at about the 24. Well, the Cardinals on defense have not been able to stop Elk River despite the Elks having long fields several times. And again, they lost the ball carrier, and here is another ginormous play as Ernst can just walk his way to the end zone from here. That's going to be a 75-yard touchdown and a 4-score lead for Elk River.
Elk River making it look easy here tonight so far. Still 4:41 remaining in the opening half. And again, the way they run this offense, it was a give to Ernst, but you know, this time I credit missed tackles because they should have brought him down. They had at least 2 red jerseys on him. He give Ernst credit because he stepped out of it and took it to the end zone, but missed tackles in the middle, it's going to kill you every time.
Turnovers and big plays, that's the story of this first half, and unfortunately for the home team, everything going in Elk River's favor. 3 turnovers in the red zone for the Cardinal offense and a number of big plays. That's 3 of over 50 yards. And, of course, the other 48-yard touchdown. And I've lost track of what their yards per play is, but it's a whole lot.
It's big. It's big. Again, you see them, again, that bunch up that middle. Defense trying to get a hold of them, but they can't able to grab on and bring them to the ground. And Ernst makes them pay.
$326 total yards.
And it's not the first half isn't even over.
No, 326 yards. How many offensive plays?
16.
Harley Schultz, 16. So that's still over 20 yards per play.
Yeah, Coach Hamilton has to be pleased
20 yards per play.
Yeah, as pleased as Coach Hamilton is, that is how displeased
with a running
Coach Young is.
dominated offense. What have they completed? Just the one pass? The 54-yard pass?
Most of that was yards after catch.
Yeah, Devil Miller on the little swing pass, and then he just took off.
Well, they don't need to throw the ball when they run the ball like this. No need whatsoever.
Another squib kick. This one scooped up by Wilson at the 38, and he's going to be pushed out across midfield as the whistles finally blow.
A little pushing and shoving. Coon Rapids has to be careful. Cardinal player gave a couple of shoves to one of the Elk players. If official sees it, there's a good chance they call a flag on that. I know it's heated, and I know you're frustrated. You're down 28-0, but you don't. Good field position.
It'd be hard not to be frustrated.
Absolutely.
But again, good starting field position, and the offense really needs to just go out and finish. They can't go out there, change their game plan too dramatically, and start trying to force things. Hand off at a big hole right side for Bryson Moore. He's going to be stopped about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Second and short, you got an opportunity to go in your playbook and do something a little different here. Cardinals trying to find that combination on offense. Like I said, they've moved the ball.
Handoff goes to Moore again. He's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be no gain in a short third down. I formation in the backfield, and there's movement.
Should give them the first down.
I believe so.
Elk River saying that they were drawn, but
it will go against the defense.
they'll take it.
First and 10, Coon Rapids from the 37-yard line.
Serious defensive meeting going on down in front of us.
As well as there should be.
Offense has it, 1st and 10 from the 37. Pitch goes to Moore. Loses one man, stumbles but recovers, and he's going to be dropped behind the line for a loss of about 2.
That's, great job by the defense for Elk River, just stretching that play out, staying with Coon Rapids. You're going to see trying to gain that edge, but look at all the white jerseys not allowing him to gain the corner. He does a great job coming in and bringing him down.
Make it 2nd and 12 from the 39, just under 2.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
It was Jake Buell on the tackle for Elk River.
Onto with 3 receivers on the right. Jordan Little spread out to the left. He'll get the target. He gets the catch, has the first down as he spins down to the 16 or 17 or 18-yard line.
Well, Joe, you made a great point earlier that
Me?
Yeah, I was surprised. That receivers doing a good job of finding openings in that soft part of the defense, just getting behind a linebacker and in front of a defensive back. And give credit to Anda, he's doing a pretty good job finding him.
Well, and both interceptions have been one that he overthrew
Yep.
and one that he kind of threw a jump ball into double coverage. Looking for Little again. This a little bit too much on it.
Same thought there. As Little trying to find that little bit of a gap. 3
Well, I
catches,
think
38 yards for him.
From what I've seen, he's really dangerous on the little short slant.
No,
If
absolutely.
He gets, in between the 2 levels of that zone, and you throw it low to him, as we saw on the last drive down here. That's hard to stop if they're going to stay in a zone defense. And credit to the offensive line. They've given Anda
A lot of time.
They have opened up holes for the running backs. Little swing pass to Ty Keys. Tries to dance outside, and there's nothing there. He stopped for little to no gain, and it'll be 3rd and long.
The thing I like about Elk River is defensively, they're doing a nice job of when Cardinals tried to stretch that to the outside, doing a nice job of coming over and making sure that he was being brought down. You see 4 white jerseys around him.
Did end up gaining a yard, but it'll be 3rd and 9. Anda hit as he throws, and that one's nearly picked off as well. Anda took a hard hit behind the line.
Dwyer's hurt.
Tyler Hipp, the intended receiver.
He's coming out of. I think he's coming out of the game. Oh, maybe not. At this point, obviously, you go for it. You're not going to kick a field goal from here at this point. So you have to get some points on the board. The points need to be a touchdown.
4th and 9.
Cardinals 2 for 2 on 4th down. See if they can
We
make
haven't
the 3rd
seen
one a
one
charm.
for 4th and 9.
No.
Kovalenko will set up in the backfield with Anda out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the right. Jordan Little lined up wide left. Anda drops back, looks over the middle now, throws. Incomplete. Pass intended for Tykees Johnson. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Tykees looking for a flag there, but good coverage by Elk River.
And I think that's turnover number 4 in the red zone.
Yeah. 4 too many. And a nice job again picking up blocks. Kovalenko did a nice job of picking up the block there, but not much Tykees could do to bring that in. And yeah, Anda's looking for the flag, but they're not going to see it. Look at Blair Townsend.
He was a fun player to watch. I'm sure the gentleman to his left was probably on that team.
Yeah.
But not one that we recognize. Pink trying to run around the right side. He's cut down behind the line of scrimmage. But I think they're just happy to take some more time off the clock and take this 28-point lead to the locker room.
It's a nice tackle, Brandon Cooper, just not allowing Pink to get away from him.
Handoff's going around the left side. Jack Kohler is going to be stopped up as he crosses the 45 to the 46, and now a timeout. Elk River. And another big play means they might push and try and add one more.
Yeah, Ernst has had a nice game. Again, doing a nice job of finding that middle, looking for an opportunity. That was Jared Zimmel. We have Zahn Nienaber just sent us a text. Thank you, Zahn. We appreciate it. See, there is someone watching this. There's somebody listening to us, Joe Yun, the Golden Grappler.
Well, and then obviously he was a player.
Yes, he was. I remember Gerald Zimmel.
But it got to be about that same era, too. Could have been classmates. Don't know.
Zahn might know. But we'll see if we get another text from him.
They were a fun squad to watch.
Hey, Zahn, can you bring us a pizza, too?
Right.
You got a minute? Come on over here and bring us something to eat. That's not bad. 6 carries, 195 yards, and 2 scores.
Wow.
That's what Neil Hannon used to do on a daily, every Friday night down in Minneota.
That's first half, by the way.
Yeah.
And 2 of his carries for 0. So he averaged on the. Take away the 2 the Cardinals have actually sniffed out and stopped him at the line, and he's averaging almost 50 yards a carry. That's pretty impressive. So 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Elks already up big in this first half. Pink still has it, wants to throw. Does so, incomplete, looking for Ernst on the right side.
Yeah, and Ernst knew he had a little bit of real estate in front of him. He'd have been able to catch that.
Take the clock down to 11 seconds. Handoff goes to Ernst again, and again he gets into open space. He's inside the 30, tackled at the 26-yard line. Another timeout, Elk River, 3.1 remaining.
He's got to be a little tired. He's had a game in the first half.
220 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
That's not bad.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's okay. 7 carries, 222 yards, 2 scores. That's too many.
Well, we said they were going to run, and
they ran. They've been running.
They have definitely not proven us wrong. Only 1 pass, 2 passes attempted, 1 completed, and more than 300 yards on the ground. They got to be over 400 yards of offense in this first half. Coon Rapids, 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, a fumble, and a turnover on downs, all inside the red zone.
That'll leave a mark.
Well, and I don't know how you talk to them at halftime and explain to them that if they did it in the first half, so we can do it in the second half, and have them come back out here believing they can stop this momentum, get it turned around, and still be in this game. Pink wants to throw on play action, lofts it over the middle, nearly picked off. A great job getting there late by Nick Gervais. He was thrown to the ground pretty hard by Gunnar Davies, the intended receiver.
There again, some protection up front. He had a
oh, it's Devil Miller.
Yeah. That's gonna end this first half, and Cardinals need to regroup.
Yeah, and it's we will see if they can get things kind of turned around before they return to the field for the second half. Everything went right for the Elks in the first. Lots of big plays, lots of offensive numbers. A couple of turnovers forced in the red zone, and they lead 28-0 at the break.
Did you know volunteering can be fun? Community service is for everyone. Young people, families, men, women. As a volunteer, you'll help your community and gain valuable skills. Network with others. Energize your life. Make an impact and have fun. Get in step with your community. Volunteer. Visit www.lionsclubs.org.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
scout out for our Coon Rapids Performance Dance Team.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Drum majors, Isaac Stivers, and Raven Buckman. Is your marching band ready? You may take the field. One more time, let's give it up for our Coon Rapids Marching Cardinals.
Heroes come from small towns.
Many of our heroes coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have a new battle, unemployment. Hello, I'm Rocky Lynn.
I'm Sergeant Dejan Farrell.
And I'm Captain Ron Jarvie. The unemployment rate for today's veteran is 12%.
That's twice the average of others living here in the Heartland.
This year, tribute to the troops, the armed forces, and members of the Upper Midwest ME chapter are asking you to help. Hire today's veteran.
To hire today's veteran, visit Hero to Hired at h2h.jobs.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you. But the flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself, protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Reach out, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back at the Cardinals Sports Complex, season opener not going the way of the home team. Coon Rapids, 3 turnovers in the red zone and turning it over on downs and giving up way too many big plays to the Elk River team, and they find themselves down 28-0 to start the second half.
You know, we can talk about negatives in that first half for Coon Rapids, but let's look at a positive. Their offense did a really nice job of moving the ball. You don't convert and you turn the ball over, and that's the negative part of it. But the positive is they were able to move the ball. So you know, the best thing is for them to come back, regroup. They're down 28-0. They know what they have to do. So what they have to do is come back and just look like it's 0-0 and just try and move this offense and score.
Well, it did. Things were looking good. They had the first possession of the game. They were moving the football downfield. First and goal, though, they cough it up. The Elks recover, and 2 plays later, Zach Ernst breaks it 63 yards for the touchdown and got him on the board. Cardinals get back down in the red zone again, and then the pass a little bit too long for Little, and Hills comes up with the interception. They drive down again, running the ball. Peter Jones scoring from 28 yards out. And then Trent Pink, after a Coon Rapids punt, on the quarterback keeper end around, goes 48 yards for the score. That made it 21-0 early in the second. The Cardinals maybe forcing a little bit as they tried to get it to Ty Keese in the corner in double coverage. Kyle Ziemer able to make the interception right on the sidelines. And then 2 plays later, again, Zach Ernst breaking 175 yards for the final score of the first half. But the Elks in clear control up 28-0.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the stats. I mean, look at the total yards for Elk River, and that's incredible. 383 yards of total offense. Most of those yards on the ground, 329. Again, Cardinals passing the ball well. They're throwing their 115 yards.
Well, and on that
through the air,
first drive, they were running the ball well, effectively,
right.
with Kovalenko. But now they will be forced to kick off to an opponent who has a 28-point lead to start the second half.
10 first downs to 6, but obviously Elk River didn't need the amount of time with the especially on that first drive, 2 plays and the score. But again, the best thing for Coon Rapids is to try and forget that first half, come back and work with, I think, especially on their defense, just do a better job of tackling. Not let that opportunity go in the middle that they've been giving up to Elk River in that first half.
Well, we will take a break, and we will be back with that second half kickoff right after this. You're watching high school football live on CTN.
For over 70 years, Smokey Bear has asked you to use fire responsibly.
Fire is due to an unattended campfire. Go time.
Here's how you can stay on the front lines of preventing wildfires. Always watch your campfire. Before leaving, drown it, stir it, drown it again, and feel that the fire is out cold.
Oh, bullseye!
And you won't need a visit from these guys.
Copy that.
You can be Smokey's wingman when enjoying nature and prevent wildfires. Visit SmokeyBear.com for more fire prevention tips.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. "5 seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Back at the Cardinal Sports Complex, just about ready to get this second half underway. Coon Rapids fans trying to stay into it, trying to stay positive. As you talked about, their team moved the ball pretty well every time they had it, but unable to finish. And on defense, just big play after big play for the Elk River Elks.
Look at the numbers for Zach. Earned 7 carries, 222 yards, and 2 scores. That's a great game.
Yeah,
and a great first half.
And I think if I'm coaching on the other sidelines, I probably limit the amount of, that might be all he plays tonight.
We'll see. I mean, up 28-0. You know, Coach Hamilton has an opportunity to move some players in and out. Well, there he is. He's on. Oh, that's the.
That's the highlight. He is on the highlight reel.
Yes,
what do you know?
He is the highlight reel at this point.
Jake Hansen to kick off for the Cardinals. Get this second half underway. Taken at the 14-yard line, finding a little bit of room in the middle is Jake Buell, and he's out close to the 30-yard line.
You know, Buell tried to step up, and Cardinals able on the special teams to close the gap. But
well, he totally jumped in front of Kyle Zimmer to take that.
Mine. I want it.
And then I thought he was going to turn and pitch it to him.
Oh, did you want
Turns
it?
it upfield. It's a good return.
Nice return.
I think this is their best starting field position. Yeah, twice at the 20, 11 and 16. There had to be one more drive in there because they scored 4. They had the ball at the end of the half.
Good play by the defense. Again, coming out here, making that first stop of the second half, and you know this running game has been running all over Coon Rapids.
DeVell Miller getting the carry that time and not really going much anywhere. Twice at the 16. Yep. Harley Schultz.
On the spot as always.
Answering all of our statistical questions.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 9 after the short gain for Miller. Handoff does go to Ernst, and Cardinals staying with him, but he's still able to drag a pile out across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
A big third down for the Cardinal defense. They want to get a stop here. I think it's important for them to get a stop and get off the field and get your offense back and at least develop some continuity on defense that you can create a 3 and out.
Pink back under center. He will keep it on the left, and he's got the first down and explosive speed onto the Cardinals side of the field, tripped up as he crosses the 45 to the 43-yard line.
You know, I think that impresses me most about him is the way he keeps that ball on his hip. I mean, unless if you're not seeing who has the ball, he does a good job of disguising that he has it.
20-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 at the Coon Rapids 43.
OC's 1 of 3 for 54 yards through the air, 5 carries, 78 yards, and a score for Trent Pink.
That one sniffed out. No, it was not. Handoff went to Ernst, and he's just enough for another first down. I thought they stopped it up in the backfield.
I did too.
And instead,
watch Ernst again.
Has another first down
again,
to the 32.
The workhorse for this team. He's not. He's picking up where he left off in the first half.
Another first down. Another handoff, and Miller on the left side is only going to gain a couple.
You know, see, with the threat that that Pink has, you know, they're going to have to keep a spy on him at all times. When he gains that edge, they're going to have make sure they have a red jersey, whether he has the ball or not, obviously, right there.
Make it 2nd and 8. And that'll bring a flag.
On the 2nd and 3.
Dead ball, encroachment.
Have we seen a false start? Did we see one? We've seen several encroachment calls.
I don't think we've seen a false start.
So 2nd and 3 from the 25. I've had a couple I thought were false starts, but were indeed encroachment. Handoff went up the middle with Ernst for another first down.
And he picks that one up and continue to move the chains and the clock. Steve Hamilton has to be extremely impressed and happy with the way his team has played here so far in the season opener.
Well, and again, this is a team that went to the state tournament just 2 seasons ago. Handoff goes to Ernst again. Keeps his shoulders square, his feet moving forward. He's going to be close to another first down.
I think he has it. He does.
Number 44, Brad Lyle. For the Cardinals. The results are first and 10.
He will have it. Will be first and goal from just inside the 10. Call it the 9. It's the first time they've had first and goal. Most of their scores coming from a long way out. Handoff goes to Miller, and he's into the end zone, touchdown.
And the absolute last thing the Coon Rapids wanted to have is a score here on the opening drive. And again, Elk River, give them credit. They've been doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, doing a good job of
chewing up big chunks of yardage.
Exactly, big yardage. And again, look at the nice hole there for him. And a relatively easy path to the end zone.
It was a longer drive for them, 8 plays to go 70 yards. Kick by Solers is up and good. It's 35-0.
No, it's no good.
Oh, it's no good.
No, missed it wide right.
So it's 34-0.
Yep.
We'll see if that missed extra point comes back to cost them.
DeVell Miller takes it the rest of the way into the end zone, puts his team up big here this evening against Coon Rapids in the 2014 high school football season opener. Cardinals come back here next week, Joe, and have a non-conference game against Bloomington Jefferson.
Well, they have to get more positives out of this game tonight.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
In order to take forward into that game against the Jaguars.
You know, as we talked about, as well as their offense has been moving the ball outside of the turnovers, you know, that's, you look at the defense and they've been giving up just way too many yards.
Big play after big play. And the offense, while they have been able to move, have not been able to finish. The big goose egg on their side of the scoreboard.
Cardinal faithful looking for something to cheer about here tonight. Haven't had too much to get some off their feet.
Solers will kick it away this time. Gervais takes it at about the 13. Gets a wedge, and he's out across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
You know, and again, good field position for Coon Rapids. They've been having pretty good field position for most of the evening.
Well, that's the first time they've kicked it deep since the opening kick of the game.
Average is starting at their own 35, and, you know, that's good field position.
But as we talked about, finishing.
Yeah, you have to finish.
And now you are in a position where you need big chunks of yardage at a time. 5 scores down with a quarter and 8 minutes to play. Handoff goes to Moore, and he gets a little off the right side.
Again, that offensive, good job coming around from the backside on the tackle. Getting a piece of him. That was Brad Rail. No, I'm sorry. My bad.
Play action. Onda rolling out. Throws. Passes incomplete. Drop by Kovalenko. And had he made the catch, he wouldn't have had much afterward because Kyle Zimmer was right there.
Again, good coverage on the play by Elk River. Just a quick little flare to the outside, but as you mentioned, no, even had caught that ball, no place for him to go. Third and long.
Honda with time, throwing, left side pass is complete. And a first down to Tanner Tunsky into Elk River territory.
Honda did a nice job of laying that right into Tunsky. And the Cardinals needed it on third and long. And again, a good pass, good protection up front. And right there where he needed it to be, nice catch by Tunsky.
First and 10 from the Elk River 35. On to back out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the right. Jordan Little, the lone wide out on the left. Kovalenko in the backfield with him. Straight drop. Honda steps up, pumps, takes it back down, tries to run. And they're going to get an extra bunch of yards right here.
Yeah, Miller.
As DeVell Miller takes his shot kind of at the head of Austin Honda. He's the same one that got the unsportsmanlike for the late hit on Honda in the first half.
And Honda looking for receiver downfield, pulls back there. I mean, there you see it. He wrapped him up right around the helmet. You can't do that. They frown upon that. They will throw the laundry every time.
15 yards after the run, and that'll be a first down for Coon Rapids inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Personal foul. Cardinals take over first and 10 from the 13-yard line. Check out. It's the 17-yard line.
Honda out of the shotgun, first and 10 from the 18. Blitz coming, throws back to the left side, pass is complete. Trying to cut all the way back across, spinning his way down inside the 5 for a first down is Tanner Tunsky.
Tunsky with a nice move, able to kind of pick his way after the catch. That was a very good move by Tunsky to create some space for himself and get that additional yardage.
Well, and a well-designed play, because they knew the blitz was coming. And a lot of red jerseys out in front, getting him some extra space downfield. Good block seal right there by Kovalenko.
There's a flag.
Oh, man.
Offense, block in the back, repeat the down, first down.
That erases a nice play. It's been that kind of night. It's not a penalty, it's a turnover.
First and 10. First and 19 for the Cardinals from the 26-yard line.
So it's going to be first and about 18 from the 26. Honda rolling to his right, now wants to run. Will tuck it, find the sideline. He's going to pick up what they lost on the penalty anyhow, but it'll still be second and long.
Well, Honda, not the biggest of guys. You know, he certainly did a nice job here of tucking it under and gaining as much yardage as he possibly could. Tackled by Zach Ernst. It's all over the field.
Second and 11, ball just inside the Elk River 20-yard line. Wants to get it to Tykes, and a little miscommunication there will bring up third and long.
Yeah, again, trying to get their athlete on the outside, see if he can create something. You mentioned the pass wasn't where he needed it to be.
Four receivers this time for Honda. Kovalenko, the lone setback in the backfield with him out of the shotgun. Turns, throws right, pass complete to Jordan Little. He's going to be well short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and about 6.
Yeah, again, trying to get Little in space there a little bit, but nice job there on the tackle. J.J. Haywood doing a nice job there, making sure he brought him down. Puts him in a 4th down situation. 4 catches, 43 yards for Jordan Little tonight.
Honda throwing left, complete to Tykees, tripped up immediately, and he'll be short of the first down. Coon Rapids turning it over on downs for the 2nd time inside the Elk River red zone.
Yeah, a frustrating night for both sides of the ball. We talked about him moving the ball on offense, but again, not able to capitalize and finish and get a score here.
And Elk River will come out starting from deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage at the 13-yard line. And the shell game begins again. Handoff goes to Ernst on the left side, and he's going to get across the 15, close to the 17. Gain of about 4.
Well, Elk River obviously been running the ball all evening, and they're certainly in no hurry to get this play off. Watch the clock tick down with a healthy 34-0 lead.
Not sure who ended up with the ball that time. That is Jack Kohler on the carry.
You see, you talked about the shell game. Which running back or the quarterback has the ball? Cardinals able to stop here and put him in a 3rd down situation.
Third down, handoff goes to Ernst, and he's got the first down. And they took most of the Coon Rapids defense to finally bring him down.
And again, does just enough what they need to pick up that first down and keep the clock moving and the ball in their possession. Elk River 5 of 5 on 3rd down. That's impressive.
Handoff goes to Ernst again. No. Sam Gibbous.
Elk River trying, getting some players.
I'm just guessing every time it's in his hands. They at least fake the give to him every time. Gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
At this point in the game, they're able to shuffle in players, get some other guys an opportunity to carry the ball.
Pink on the keeper, finds space again, and he's off to the races down the right sideline, and they're not going to catch him. This time a 68-yard touchdown, and the lead continues to grow.
Boy, he's quick. He's got a nice little burst. You understand why there are a number of programs looking at him. He doesn't. We haven't seen him throw the ball that much, but as I mentioned earlier, I watched some tape of him this afternoon, and he can throw the ball. He just doesn't have to. Again, keeps that ball on his outside hip. Does a nice job of following his blockers, and then watch him step up into the hole, and he's going to pull away here. And as you mentioned, nobody's going to catch him.
Another missed extra point, but a 40-0 lead for Elk River.
He ran away from Jordan Lepper, and Jordan Lepper's a pretty good athlete. There you see, he's got 145 yards rushing tonight. Zach Ernst, I think, has about 260, 270 yards rushing this evening. And again, watch him step into that hole, and then Jordan Lepper's trying to chase him down, but he's not going to catch him.
Another long drive on minimal plays, 5 plays to go 87 yards. Finishing with the 62, 68 something yard gallop, 67 officially, I believe.
87 yards on 5 plays, 67-yard run. It's a pink touchdown run.
He's our unofficial mascot.
Yeah, he is. He's
getting center camera. I don't know if he paid Brandon Rickert to get him on TV a whole bunch, or
he's a character. Oh, now they're doing the Johnny Manziel.
Hamming it up. Is that the Johnny Manziel?
Yeah.
I did not know that was the Johnny Manziel thing. But you like Johnny Manziel.
No, I wasn't, you know.
That was leading you into the Facebook, like our Facebook thing, but I was told it was popping up.
It didn't pop up.
Mission not accomplished. You can still go to Facebook and like the CTN
Studios
we wish
page.
you would. Solers puts the boot into it. That one spun off the side of his foot and out of bounds, and Coon Rapids will take it at the 35 again.
Well, the one thing you can't say about Coon Rapids is they haven't had good field position, because they have.
Well, 5 times inside the red zone, 0 points to speak of.
Yeah, and turnovers obviously too is just can't be acceptable. You look over at head coach Steve Hamilton. He doesn't look like he's up 40-0. His demeanor on the sideline is
he's well aware, though, that they need to straighten that part of their game out. Things are not going to go this way for them all season long.
Of course not, but
pitch goes to Tanner Tunsky running around the left side, and he's able to pick up about 5 or 6.
Number 16, Tanner Tunsky, the Cardinals.
Coach Young talked about his skill position players on this team, and he does have some pretty good skill position players.
It's a 5-yard game.
You see Tunsky's going to take the flip from Onda.
Empty backfield out of the shotgun and illegal formation or false start.
Well, there's your false start, Joe.
Offense, false start, 5-yard penalty.
And that will take away that run by Tunsky.
False start penalty makes it 2nd and 10 for Cardinals from the 35-yard line.
Reverse it back onto trying to give a block to get Tunsky around the corner, and it
didn't fool anyone.
Did not. Good job staying in their lanes. It'll be a short gain. It'll be a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think they'll give him about a yard.
There
again, you see a couple of white jerseys trying to cut that angle off, but a nice job there. Bring him down. Not much more. There's Red. Number 1 fan.
Well, you knew Red would be in the house.
Oh, Red's always in the house.
Onda stepping up, looks to his left, throws, passes incomplete, too low, looking for Jordan Little. It'll be 4th and long.
You know, I like the running backs doing a nice job of picking up the blitz and giving Onda the opportunity. That time I believe it was his hip.
So Brandon Martin out to punt for the second time this evening. Elks are not going to send anybody back deep. Now it looks like Jacob Hansen will go at least 20 yards off the line of scrimmage, but that's well short of how long that boot's going, and a great Coon Rapids roll. It's going to be down at about the 12-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see if Trent Pink comes back. Yeah, I guess he is coming back out. Squad's up 40-0. Oh, maybe not.
Check that. That's the 12-yard line. And the Elks take over 1st and 10. Again, one more.
No, we're going to have a bunch of new numbers and white clean jerseys in the offensive huddle for Elk River late in this third quarter.
Well, you know, and this gives Coach Hamilton an opportunity to get some players in. We're going to have Alex Hillis.
Alec Hills already has an interception. He's playing receiver, though.
Yeah, he is.
Or he did look over as if he were looking for the play, so maybe he is the quarterback, but they're going to take a timeout and make sure that.
Well, if you didn't know, you can watch these games live on YouTube. You can watch a lot of things that CTN does on YouTube. Make sure you check us out. But if you can't make it out to the stadium, you can certainly fire up the computer and watch the game on YouTube.
Or even if you're at the stadium.
Or true.
You can watch for replays.
Yep. Or if you're up in Grand Rapids and you want to watch, or in St. Cloud.
Well, I have a friend in St. Cloud. Shout out to Kiana Pearson, who is a Coon Rapids graduate.
Yep, up in St. Cloud watching the game.
Going to St. Cloud State. Go Huskies. And tuned in to watch some of the game, I know. Well, and this, it does look as if Hills will lead the offense here. And what a way you get a chance to get a game. You got a big lead, but you're starting from your own 12-yard line. Tripped up, but able to get the handoff off, and a big hole on the right side. Another gigantic play, but Sam Gibbous touched the line, and he's out of bounds, or else he may have gone 88 yards for the score.
He may have, but the point is that again, gaining that edge and letting big chunks of yardage. You're going to see him holding on that ball with two hands, and there he steps out at the 40.
Going to put it at 41. The 41. So a 29-yard dash.
Is that a track and field event? That was the one I could run.
Handoff this time goes to Kohler. Tried to cut back to the inside. He's going to gain about 3.
Just at about a minute remaining in this third quarter. It's been all Elk River.
The Elks brought down by number 58, James Kizar for the Cardinals. There is also 2nd and 7 for the Elks from the 44-yard line.
Keeping it is Hills, and he's got room around the left side. A first down into Cardinals territory, forced out of bounds close to the 35-yard line after a gain of close to 20.
Well, you can see he doesn't have the speed that Pink possesses, but again, a nice gain there. He's going to tuck that on his outside hip and gain the edge. Jordan Lepper on the tackle as well as Gervais. You know, they could have thrown a flag there. Fortunately for the Cardinals, they didn't.
Handoff goes up the middle. Not a lot of room there as the Cardinals sniff that one out. And a short gain for Nicholas Rice.
Yeah, that time, nice job by the Cardinals defense.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. It's all Elk River in this 2014 season opener. They lead Coon Rapids 40-0, and they are marching again. Fourth quarter, When we return, you're watching live high school football on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
It's a red out at the Cardinals Sports Complex, but their team is seeing red after the Elks have just run away with this one, literally. A lot of running offense.
530 yards of rushing offense for Elk River tonight.
Reed Marone getting his first carry off the right side on 2nd and 7. Will bring up 3rd down.
Back there, number 29, Rice for the Elks. Touchdown number 34, Kovalenko. Brings up 3rd.
3rd and about 5. 3rd and 4 officially. Hills gets under center. Handoff goes to Kohler, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down.
Yeah, they're going to be a couple yards short.
Oh, that was Gephardt. That was 33.
Brings up 4th down.
Fourth and 2 from the 29. It's the first time they have not converted a 3rd down. Keeping it as Hills cuts back, has the first down, and they will continue to keep the chains moving down inside the 20.
Yeah, the chains moving and the clock moving as well. See the give, and Hill's able to step up in the middle. He's going to try and gain that edge, but found a little bit of a seam. Two carries for 31 yards for Alec Hills.
Handoff goes to Kohler off the left. He's down close to the 15.
Kovalenko on with the tackle for Coon Rapids.
Well, an interesting stat, Elk River last season finished 2-6 in the regular season. They scored 91 points in their 2 victories. They scored less than 91 in their 6 losses combined. Run off the left side this time for Gunnar Davies, and he's going to lose half a yard maybe.
Another year of experience for the Elk River program. I know Coach Hamilton said these kids have been working really hard in the weight room this summer. And another year of experience for Trent Pink. And you know, you can see he's a leader obviously from under center.
Handoff goes to Rice up the middle. He's got a touchdown. Elk River rolls up the score some more.
Yeah, again, just testing the middle of that Cardinal defense and offensive line. Able to open up some big holes. And the scoring continues for Elk River. Again, watch the blocking up front. Does a nice job of clearing out that middle. He scampers into the end zone for the score. 8:45 left in this game.
Solar's out to attempt another extra point. Has missed the last 2. He makes this one. It is 46-0, 47-0.
A lot of happy faces on that Elk River sideline. Again, we'll see it again. Just a good job blocking up front. Opening up that middle. Pretty easy run to the end zone. Two carries, 18 yards and a score for Rice. That is the 7th rushing touchdown. 10 plays, 88 yards, took 4:39 off the clock, topped off by that 15-yard run. And Joe, if you're a Coon Rapids coach, player, you go back to the drawing board and try and figure, you got to put this obviously behind you, but you got to be able to learn from the things that did not go right for you in this game.
Well, and again, I think this is going to be an important drive for the offense. They have to go out there and finish, even if it is facing some Elk River second or third string guys.
Just put some points on the board.
And I think that's supposed to be like a pooch kick. That time it does stay in bounds, but it'll still lead to good field position for the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, about the 29 or 30, depending where they put it. But you're right, Joe. Just again, get this offense going.
Yeah, you have to have something positive.
Yeah, sustain a drive.
You must have something
absolutely.
positive to take away and into the week of practice. I mean, we talked about it. There is the positive that their offense has moved the football. They have moved the football quite effectively and efficiently at some points throughout this game. They have not been able to finish, and that is a concern. But even if they're able to get one, right here at the end, that would be something.
No, they're not going to get it that way.
Keanu Baker runs into a whole bunch of white jerseys as he tried to run off tackle on the right. Oh, that's not. Just getting everybody wrong. That's Cortez Jackson. It is the first game of the year after all.
We'll figure it out.
Apparently, it's 4th down already.
Apparently.
So, stopped for no gain. Now they flip the marker back to 2nd down. Onda throws complete, and hit quickly after a gain of about 8.
Could be short. A nice completion nonetheless. Going to pick up about 8 yards, you mentioned. That is the quick throw from Onda.
Call it 9. It's 3rd and short. Onda will keep it, and he's easily got the 1st down across 40.
Well, the one positive you take is that the offense that we've been talking about all night is the offense has been moving the ball.
Well, and what they had going really well in that opening drive, Cody Kovalenko running the ball right up the middle, good, strong power runner. This pass is complete to him on the right side. Had to go down to the knee to make the catch. In high school, of course, that's an automatic down. But it'll pick up 7.
Again, put it at the 49.
But because they've been so far behind and they've been primarily passing offense since that first quarter, we haven't seen a lot of Kovalenko. Tykes makes the catch on the little swing pass and has a 1st down into Elk River territory.
So just a quick throw to the out to Tykes, the athlete that he is, able to pick up the 1st down and keep this drive going forward.
Handoff goes up the middle to Cortez Jackson, and he's able to pick up some good yardage. He'll be just shy of another first down.
Yeah, nice run, 9 yards on the carry.
Go receiver screen this time on the right side. It's complete to Tunsky, and he's got another Coon Rapids first down at the 25-yard line.
You got to be impressed with Tunsky tonight. He's done a nice job with run after the catch. Again, just a quick throw, and he's going to be able to pick up some good yardage after he caught the ball.
10 yards, almost all after catch.
Yep.
And it's 1st and 10 from the 24. Now this is where they've begun to run into trouble.
They have.
They've been down there enough times. 5 times in the red zone. Well, once was the 24, I guess, so that technically wasn't the red zone, but still. Pump fake, and then looking for Tykes. Turns, makes the catch, out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, 1st and goal.
But again, if Anda's able to lead him and he can continue to run, that's going to be a score. But again, he had to come back for the ball, go to his outside shoulder.
A 17-yard gain sets him up 1st and goal at the 7. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Fumble. Fortunately, Coon Rapids able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, fortunate is right, because they turned the ball over again down there. That's just, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, it just didn't. I don't think he handled the handoff correctly the way he wanted to, and put it on the turf.
Handoff. This time goes to Jackson. He dives forward to about the 4. It'll be 3rd and goal. Play action, Onda rolling to his left. They sniff it out, stiff arm, and he dives forward. He's going to be shy of the goal line. And it'll bring up 4th and goal.
Again, Joe, you mentioned it. You brought it up. Points, getting points here on this drive, I think, are so imperative for this Coon Rapids offense. You know, they've been stymied so many times down there. Coon Rapids going to call a timeout. Talk about things with 2:35 remaining. There's that Facebook mention. Make sure you go to our site, like us, check out the pictures. You may see yourself. You may see somebody you know. If you do, tag them. But most importantly, like us, because all we want to do is be liked. I think Coach Young wants to thinking the same thing. Let's put some points on the board.
Well, 4 trips officially. 4 trips officially in the red zone. Another one inside the 25. They have not been able to put up any points. They have turned the ball over 3 times, and they have turned it over on downs twice deep in the Elk River end. And now 4th and goal from the 3. Put the full house formation in behind Onda. Play action, Onda rolls out, throws incomplete, looking for hip in the back of the end zone. And the Cardinals are going to turn it over on downs again.
Just coming away empty in the red zone. Coach Young's he's not going to sleep well tonight.
Do you think he's going to sleep
He
tonight?
may not sleep.
He
may not. And if he does, it won't be well.
We're into running time now with the big 47-point lead deep in the fourth quarter. And this one just about ready to be wrapped up.
Yes, it is.
Elk River will take their time. They're not going to put too many
they're going to
take too many plays. Take a timeout here.
With 2 minutes remaining, and as you mentioned, Elk River taking that timeout, just probably want to regroup at this point. They brought their own flags.
Well, you know, they had they have the backups in there, and you know they're starting from their own 2-yard line. And this backup unit, to their credit, started their first drive at their own 12, and they marched 88 yards on 8-9 plays, something like that, and scored. And now here they start with their backs right against the goal line. You certainly don't want to make a mistake here.
No.
But definitely makes sense. You have the timeouts. Why not use them? And give those backup kids the best opportunity to perform well when they have the opportunity to get in and play. Oh, and they are doing just that. Another long run, and this could be a 98-yarder. If not, no, he is dragged down. It was Nick Rice on the carry.
Timmy Wynn brought him down. And again, it's just a little misdirection and fooled our cameras.
Fooled me, but that's nothing new.
Well, it's not hard to do.
68-yard or 67-yard, 67, 68, whatever it was. It's another long run. I've lost count of how many big plays they have come up with.
How about way too many?
Far
for the Cardinal
liking.
Too many. 9 plays of 25 yards or more.
Well, and at least 4 or 5 of over 50.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. It's impressive, and if you're an Elk River fan, and
5 plays over 50 yards.
You can't give up that kind of yardage if you want to be successful.
And there's another one at 48.
Yeah.
Looks like they're in victory formation. They're just going to take a knee this time, and this football game is over.
Yeah, and it's a tough loss for Coon Rapids coming into the opener. You know, you want to come out and have a competitive game, but Elk River just dominated this contest from start to finish. And it was no contest for Coon Rapids, unfortunately. They're going to drop their home opener, 47-0.
And you know what? I'm going to yes and no. I'm going to agree and disagree with you on that domination. Because Coon Rapids came out and they moved the ball. They held the ball for 9 of the 12 minutes in the first quarter, but they still trailed 21-0 when we got to that first break.
Granted, but if you look at the scoreboard, it's 47-0. There's one team that dominated and one team who did not.
They moved the ball well. Stick to the positives. Can't have the turnovers. Can't give up the big plays.
Well,
no question.
And that's that's the 2 biggest things coming into this game is we can't turn the ball over. We can't allow big plays and penalties.
Well, and they made some adjustments at the half, but they still could not stop the Elks. DeVell Miller, that was, I think, the shortest touchdown of the game at about 10 yards. And then Trent Pink, another long jaunt and just out-racing everybody to score. And then another long run to the end zone by Nick Rice. Coon Rapids getting a few things done on offense, but they move down field, but then again, turn it over on downs. Incomplete pass to Hip in the back of the end zone on 4th down. 3 times turning it over on downs, 3 times turning it over via interception or fumble, all inside the red zone.
Almost 700 yards of total offense for Elk River tonight. And that should be 3 games that you're giving up that kind of yardage. 203 yards passing. And, you know, I wanted to focus on the positives because there are a few positives for Coon Rapids, and the fact that they did move the ball. You have to be able to finish at the end of your drive, and they couldn't do that. They turned the ball over too many times, and they gave away, as you mentioned, too many big plays on defense. This is a good coaching staff. They'll go back and practice this week, and they'll evaluate a number of things and turn it around.
And they hope to do better when they return here to take on the Jaguars from Bloomington Jefferson. Before we see that contest, we have a boys and girls soccer doubleheader hosting the Armstrong Falcons on Tuesday the 2nd, and then football on Friday, and then another soccer doubleheader on Tuesday the 9th as the Cardinals travel to take on the Andover Huskies. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score is Elk River 47, Coon Rapids 0. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including the graphics and statistics guru Harley Schultz and Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.